Hey everyone, Philip here. I'm here today to show you some pictures from my MRI. This is a bonus video in the What's Wrong With Me series. I hadn't had this laid out when I was dividing up how I wanted to go over the last 10 years. But in doing the lawsuit part, I dug up my MRI disc and I wanted to share some pictures from it with you. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, but historically, if you've listened to my story, you know that I seem to have a better grasp on what's going on with me than so-called medical professionals. So I'm going to go over some pictures with you and give you my interpretation based on what I know my body's been going through for the last decade on just what it is, what you see on the screen, I guess. So let's go to this picture. This is a profile side shot of my body. Here is my spine. Right here, this little arrow, that is the curve, the bump area of my back, right back here, and neck, upper back area right there, that leads into my neck. Right here is that little, just like most people's necks, I think have a larger like width, but it seems like mine was so compacted into my head from everything that happened in having my neck set and then everything afterwards, that it just feels all bunched up like so. The vertebrae here, you can see how, let me go back one. You can see how it has that curve, but then it just kind of goes like that. That's the curve I was telling you about. Like the part of my back right here that I just talked about, the bump area. That is what I talk about when I say my head sits on this reverse curve. You can see even here, like right here, where my Adam's apple would be, it used to be very pronounced. I actually got made fun of for it in school. It was like I had a huge Adam's apple, and it's essentially, it's there, but it's not nearly what it used to be because my head now sits so far forward. And you can see the angle there is just like I have no chin really now. It's weird. I used to, but now I have no chin and no real definable jawline. Like up here, there's nothing going on because everything got shifted forward like that. So yeah, that's this picture. So let's go to this one. This is a different take on the same picture, same profile shot. So here you can see even more pronounced that that area here, right there. And then you can really see how oddly, you know, how that just the curve of my upper back is really, really, really awkward. And it feels awkward. Like the way it looks is how it feels. I brought this picture in because of this area here. When I say that my neck feels like clusters, just like I said, it was like most people's spine is like this. Mine feels all gnarled and just twisted. That I think is a good representation of how it feels. That doesn't look like normal back stuff to me. Again, not a professional, but so yeah, there's this picture here. Again, you can see the weird angle overall of my, like it's just, I don't have any definition in this area anymore. I'll see if I can find a picture of me prior to the accident where my Adam's apple is very noticeable, because it used to be very noticeable. So yeah, this is just another picture of that. This one is a front view of my skeletal system. The reason I brought this one in is because of this area right there. I said before how my windpipe curves and then goes down. So sometimes if I'm not eating at the correct angle, like when I eat, I kind of have to go like this to straighten out my windpipe. Because if I don't, food will get stuck right there. Because it's like, imagine how like the pipes under your sink curve. That's how my neck feels like, at least to me, it's how it feels like it curves, because it goes, and then that bottom part is where it feels like sometimes food will get stuck there and it's not very comfortable. But as you can see here, see like this weird, like almost black widow, like hourglass shape right there. Maybe that's normal, but it would explain a lot how, since my windpipe is curved and then it goes down like that, this is just going to be a very narrow area here, and why food would get stuck right there. So that is just, again, me speculating. And you can see my spine through it, and things look very, not even. If you look at these little vertebrae here, they don't look even at all. Like if you look at that and that, like they don't go in a straight line. Again, that could be normal. My neck looks like it's curving this way, which if we are facing, I can't do it, facing this way would make sense, because if this is a photograph, this would be my left and this would be my right. And the right side is where the reverse curve went. So it initially went like that into my head. And then when I got shoved back in, that curve is still slightly there. And this was taken in 2011 after the second accident. And yeah, so like this is what I see based on how I feel and what my body has felt like over a decade. These next two I'm going to show are not representative of really anything important to show you, other than I thought they were fascinating, so I wanted to share them. This is one of the vertebra, like top down view, like you were going like down your spine. This is one of them. I brought this one because in other pictures of stuff I've seen like this, these parts are usually connected. It's like bone, and then there's more bone connecting here. So it'd be like this shape, and then this shape, and then this shape to whatever, like that. Looks kind of like a little alien antenna thing. But here, there's nothing right there. That's empty, and then that looks like it's decalcifying. And I do have decalcification in my neck. But I was told that I would have degenerative neck arthritis type stuff in my neck, which I'm really scared about getting older. Like in general, I'm not. But as far as this goes, I am, because this is just going to get worse and worse. And this is god awful pain all the time now. I can't imagine what it's going to be like as I get older into my golden years and my body starts to fail me hardcore, and the healing process will not only be paused, but start reversing. I don't know how I'm going to handle it. Like, I know some people don't agree with it. That's fine. But I want stem cell stuff done, because I have a feeling that would just make everything grow back, and that's what needs to happen. The neck muscle has not grown back, and that's the problem. So yeah. And then this last one, this area here isn't connected. Like it's connected here sort of, but then not really connected here. So I don't know. Again, as said, not a doctor, but it's very, very strange. So yeah, this has been a little mini bonus video showing you pictures from the MRI that were taken. I am in no way qualified to speak on these medically, as said, but I seem to know my body better than anyone, including doctors, over the years. And I think some of these pictures give a good idea. Like even on this one again, like it just looks so compacted right here. And that could be normal, but that's how it feels. It feels like that part of my neck right here is just always, because it's sitting so like this, that's always being pushed down like this. How can I explain it? So here's the curve, here's my head, and it's just constantly doing this. And then the neck part is just constantly being pushed forward like that. And that's what that feels like. It feels like all the vertebrae are just pushing down on each other as they're being pushed down. In pictures, you can see it there. And then, like I said, this one just shows how gnarled this back here feels, like to a T. And then this one, of course, the weird hourglass thing there, which could be normal, but I don't know. And it is, again, very indicative of what it feels like to deal with what goes on in this whole area here. So just a little bonus video showing you pictures from the MRI. These are the same pictures that the IME doctor looked at in Phoenix and said that I was 100% healthy. I think these pictures show to the contrary, that I wasn't then, and I'm certainly not now, which is one of the main goals of doing the entire What's Wrong With Me series, is trying to figure out why is it that I'm not healing? Why won't my neck muscles grow back? They do, but then they either atrophy or just snap right out. Like I had atrophy just 2 days ago, and then I had a major pop a few days before that. Like there's never any momentum. So when I kind of sound malaised and like, why can I ever have any momentum? That's why. I'll go over it way more in part 10 when I go over how things are now for me, when I go over my condition currently more in depth. But this was a small microcosm, and it was pictures that I could show you firsthand rather than just talking about it all the time, of what my skeletal system is like. Thank you for watching. I will be back with part 9, officially part 9, which will deal with what happened after I was kicked out of the house that I was living in after all that stuff went down with my ex. So I will see you all in that video, hopefully soon. And until then,